In this lecture, we will try to understand Flow Layout Manager. Just try to recall what we discussed in our previous class. This is what we discussed. Let me discuss this particular layout. What is that? Flow layout. What is this flow layout? It is the simplest. Let me write otherwise. Flow layout. This flow layout, it is the simplest of. It is the simplest of all layout managers. Of all layout managers. Yes, it is the simplest of all layout managers. It lays out components. It lays out components in a manner similar to the way the words are wrapped. The words are wrapped in a page. We will try to understand with this simple program. Let me discuss few theory points. How it wrapped from left to right. What's the direction? From left to right. When the line is filled, it will come to the next row. I can say by default the components are centered. This point is important. By default the components are centered in each row. I will explain this with a simple example. Time being, just let me say by default the components are centered in each row. But we can arrange them left aligned or right aligned by using different parameters in flow layout constructor. I can say the default gap between the components is 5 pixels. 5 pixels either horizontally or vertically, which can change, but this gap can be changed. We can change this gap. We can change programmatically. How we will try to understand? Let me explain one simple program in which I will keep 10 buttons are placed in the frame using Flow Layout Manager. Intention of this particular program is placing 10 buttons. Placing 10 buttons in the frame. Where will you place? In the frame using which layout? In the frame using Flow Layout Manager. That we will try to understand. We will see how it works, isn't it? Let me explain this program. This program is simple and straightforward program. Just see import space java.awt. This is abstract window toolkit. Public class, what is my subclass name? My subclass name is flow layout demo. Extends, my superclass name is frame. Now this is a variable f1 flow of type flow layout. This one is constructor. Actually, let me go to this program is application program. Public static void main, new class name. Here I am creating object. Automatically, where will you go? You will go to constructor. Where is my constructor? This is my constructor. Now what happens? F1 equal to new flow layout dot center. Anyhow by default, by default center. This alignment will be center only. Even if you are not mentioned, system will treat it as center. Of course, if you want, you can write flow layout dot. If you want, you can write flow layout dot left. If you want, you can write flow layout dot right. In that case, that alignment will be left side. If I keep left, if I keep right, that will be aligned to right. That's what it says. Set layout F1. What does it mean? What is the meaning of this one? Apply the flow layout. Apply the flow layout. I am applying this flow layout. Apply the flow layout to the frame. I am applying this particular layout to the frame, isn't it? Now what am I doing here? Just I am creating a button. How can I create a button? New space button. This is predefined class which is in AWT package. After creating button, I am giving name to its just button. Let me show, otherwise let me show output so that one can understand just how can I compile this program. It's a procedure is simple and straightforward. JAVAC space flow layout demo.java. I am compiling. This is application program, not applet program. Just I am running JAVA space flow layout demo. Then what is my output? Anyway, I will demonstrate this one. What am I doing here? New means I am creating. What am I creating? I am creating button. And if I am keeping double quotes means I am creating button like this. On that button, which name I am keeping? I am keeping BUTTON button. That button name is button. I is 0, I equal 0, 0 less than 10. What does it mean? I equal 0, 0 less than 10. I is 0, 0 plus 1 means I will get button. 0 plus 1 means what? Button 1. I will get button 1. Again, I will go back. I am creating button. I am giving the name to the button and I am adding at the time. To whom am I adding? I am adding this button to the frame. I am adding this button to the frame. Now I becomes I plus plus 1. 1 less than 10, correct? I equal 1, 1 plus 1, 2. Therefore, a button will be created like this. BUTTON button. I will get 2 here. In similar manner, this particular for loop will get execute 0 to 9. What is the last value of I? I becomes 9. 9 less than 10, correct? New button means a button will be created. On that particular button, you will get name BUTTON button, isn't it? Yes, yes. Just a minute. Yes. Now, what's happening here? Just see this one. Okay. Here I will get I equal 9. 9 less than 10. 9 less than 10, correct? I equal 9. 9 plus 1. You will get button 10. Isn't it? After this particular, as I told you, I am creating button as well as I am adding button. That's what happening. Yes, new button means I am creating. Here I am giving name. I am adding this particular button to the frame. Last button is, which one is last button? Last button is, which one is last button? Button 10. Set title, studying flow layout. I am getting that particular title only. Just see here you are getting title name. Just if you observe carefully, set I will show you. I will show you even in demonstration also. Time being, just understand. Just see, this is title. What is the title? Studying flow layout. And set size, what is the window size? Output window size 400 by 300. Set visible true means it will appear. Anyway, we will try to understand this. Let me demonstrate this program. Just let me demonstrate. How can I demonstrate? It is simple. What is the procedure? As it is an application program, JAVAC space flow layout demo.java. How can I run this program? It is simple and straightforward. JAVA means I must run this program just like an application program. Just see how it works. Just see, you are getting, this is the output. How many buttons we created? Button, let me see. Button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4, button 5, button 6 till button 10. But what is the alignment? This alignment is center. By default, alignment is center. If you want, you can, of course, if you want, you can change the alignment left or right. Just see how it works. Just see output. This, yes, you can resize the window, output window. But even if you are resizing, they are in center position only. Isn't it? They appear in center position. Isn't it? Just check this output. This is the GUI where how can I create? I am creating buttons and I am adding all these buttons to the frame. What is this? This one is a frame. This one is frame. For frame only, I am adding button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4. Of course, I have not implemented listeners for this button. It is just like sign in button. You might have seen sign in button for Facebook, for sign in button for Google, isn't it? It's simple lecture. Just this lecture explains about flow layout manager. And you can understand how one can create buttons and one can add these buttons to the frame. Just go through this lecture. If you have any difficulty, please keep a comment. Thank you very much.